Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and denizens of the twos. It's your old pal Blue Sage here. It is house cleaning and trash day for me today, but I happen to be up quite early with the crows, so figured maybe we could get in a little quick video before I get onto that whole adulting thing. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Blue, wow, why do you have to clean your house? Take out the trash. Aren't you like an adult? Well, yes, actually, quite and very advanced adult. And this is what you have to look forward to when you grow up, boys and girls. It's called being responsible. Or, in other words, one day your sainted mom will die and she won't be here to do your laundry. And likewise, dear old dad will kick the bucket and he won't be able to slave away to finance your Mountain Dew and Cheeto habit. No. I tease, I tease. Anyway, I had a comment on one of my social media from a friend about yeah, I'll worry about that later. About my hard to cover what I skipped over before because I was mainly trying to catch certain things, keep them in my head, so I forgot other garages. And it's going to do this to me today. So try this again. I also thought I'd show a few more newbie help tips and whatnot. Okay, so see, normally it goes to load you in online if you already have an online profile. First tip, start in story mode. Push A button to switch so that it loads you into story mode, single player mode. I am semi-active on the Reddits, including the GTAOnline one. And I see a lot of people posting, boohooing, lamenting about, all of it's on the rise again, the random obnoxious chuckleheads that will come over with their Oppressor Mark II, their flying death bike, or their jets, or, whatever they have, their tanks, and come blow you up, just to blow you up, just to be obnoxious. So this is a little bit of a limited workaround for that not everybody's aware of. Because honestly, as far as the multiplayer, unless you have friends, there's no good reason to play multiplayer. And, the strangers don't do you any benefit, normally. But we'll get into that. If you do have friends, this method will still work. So as you can see, I'm loaded in story mode. I'm Michael, I'm not my character. And so from here you're gonna go to your menu, you're gonna go to online, you're gonna say play GTA Online, and you're gonna choose invite only session. Yes, I'm sure I want to quit Grand Theft Auto 5, even though I'm not actually quitting Grand Theft Auto 5. Good job, Rockstar. Anyway, so the reason we do this is now, unless, as the name it suggests, invite only, unless you send an invite to someone to come into your map and be obnoxious, then they can't do so. They can't join. They won't even see that it exists. The exception to this is if you already have them on your friends list. Your friends can join without an invite, but hopefully they're not obnoxious trolls, and if they are being obnoxious trolls to you in the game, it might be time to reconsider who's on your friends list. I, for one, keep mine very tight for obvious reasons, namely lack of patience. But I digress. So, go in here, and you're by yourself. And a lot of people are like, oh no, that sucks, because then you can't do anything, so what's the point? Well, not true. There's another game mode, I think it's called Player Only Session, or something like that. And it shuts you down from doing pretty much anything except shopping. Invite only, however, is technically, theoretically, a multiplayer mode, so it limits you somewhat, but not a lot. You can't run your business missions. In other words, You're not going to be able to deliver your drugs. Of course, you couldn't do that anyways because they've got it designed so you need friends or you're going to lose money. You're going to not be able to deliver all the vehicles in time. But at any rate, so you can't do that and you can't do
An adult oasis in the heart of Los Santos. Live it up by putting money into a machine where things spin and make noises.
if you own the yacht, which most people own, if you own the yacht, there's a mission to unlock the VIP seal or pirates defend your yacht from all attackers for 10 solid minutes. You make like 30,000 pesos. That. Isn't that interesting how it managed to get insane? Stupid, worthless, sloppy. Anyway. Good job, much random, very impressive. That's what it's all about. So you can do that and you can make money, but you have to have theoretical opponents on the map. So you can do it with a friend if your friend isn't in your VIP or CEO with you. But you can't do it by yourself. But it's no big deal. You can do all of the heist setups and threats that it will allow you to do. You can do client missions that don't inherently require a player enemy. And we'll get into that after I swing by a couple. I'm going to keep it short and sweet with the garages because there's only 3 garages I can think of off my head that I missed before. And we're going to just breeze by those. I'm not going to spend as much time on them as I did in the first car collections video. As I said, I wanted to get some other things. But at any rate, you can do this. You can do this invite-only mission. You've got to load to story mode first. At the beginning of the game, you got to switch to story mode and then manually set up an invite-only session. And as you can see on the map, there are no little player dots. Oh no, I have a bounty. That's another little trick while we're at it. Yeah, I blew somebody up and they got butthurt, couldn't do anything about it. I killed him like 5 times with guns and stuff, and so he got butthurt and set a bounty on me. So, fun, interesting fact about bounties. You can have one of your friends kill you and collect it just to help them out. Or, even better, if you survive on a map long enough without somebody coming on to claim the bounty, then you get the bounty. So bad news for the guy that I killed and got butthurt. He basically just handed me 9,000 bucks. Really? As we go. In the event, yeah, as you can see, no, I'm the only player in the session. Top left corner there. And, yeah. So I don't gotta worry about somebody coming along, blowing me up, and my missions and so forth. This should be very helpful for some people, especially if you're newer and starting out. There's no shame in this. Because it's just, like I said, it's obnoxious for people to do it in the first place. They don't get anything. There's a couple of exceptions where they'll get something. If they can steal your heist equipment and then they save themselves a heist setup or something. But it's just, it's grinding. Why did I pull all the way down here? I showed you guys the arcade already in the first video. What I forgot is I have a fully stocked garage right next to me. Arcade here, so go in and peek at this. Some overflow goodies. I have a lot of my monster car or muscle car slash off-road type stuff stuffed in here, along with a couple other odds and ends. I actually spent my money after the last video and bought these 2 cars right here in the second row. These are 2 of the cars that are currently on sale this week, so that's why we did that. And then, okay, well, this is custom in case anybody can't tell. It's not normally supposed to look like this. It's a modded car. I could go into how all that works, but like I said, you know, just I'm shy about doing that and having Rockstar get mad or strike it down or something. So they tend to frown. They don't like. They basically have a zero tolerance policy on modding their code for whatever reason, which means they're missing out on a large part of the enthusiast market. But in any event, you know, do your own research. Yeah, muscle car. And this is cool. Another good suggestion for newer players. If you're looking for an off-road, it's supposed to be the Lamborghini truck. It's called the Pegassi Toros. It's not super expensive, but it is really fast for an SUV. So probably take that out in a minute. And yeah, you know, muscle, muscle, muscle. And a truck. So there you go. Like I said, we're not going to spend a bunch of time hemming and hawing over it, but I would say this one here is definitely worth it. It's a little slippy, it takes a little practice. It's definitely worth the investment, practice with it, and get good. Get good! So, now we need to go set a marker for the next one, because I don't remember the best route from here. No. I know this doesn't look, oh my god, it's so blazing fast. But keep in mind, it's a truck. So, for a truck, it's pretty fast. And just, as I said, it's not exactly the tightest handling wheels, at least on the road. Now in the dirt, it's really great. So, that's the main selling point. If you're looking for entry-level off-road, that's still got plenty of room. This thing will climb Mount Chiliad. It won't do it at full speed, but it'll climb Mount Chiliad. So when you get into backwater areas of stuff, because you have so much stuff, you start buying little cubby holes just to cram more stuff in. If you saw the first collection video, I know what you're thinking. You're like, but Blue, you have a bunch of floors of space in your garage. Yeah, well, I just recently bought those after I bought this other areas, so. And the little love bug, I forget. I want to say they awarded that to you at some point for something. No. You do all the side missions for the little, the new nightclub, that music place at the casino. Like that band kind of music or whatever their name is, like you do all the brick guy's side missions when he calls you at randoms, like, hey, the guys need pizzas or something like that. Anyway, if you finish all those, then he gives you his love bug as a reward. It's sitting at the parking garage at the airport waiting for you to pick it up. So yeah, and I bought one of these because I figured it was going to be kind of low-key good. Like the BF Injection was the best car in the early games, and of course, Rockstar pulled a troll on me, and it's utter garbage, really. It's crap. So, this one looks good because it has no hood. It's all chopped. So, yeah. Cars. Take this one out. Oh, and it's stance. I don't know, maybe I can see that in the shot. The wheels are... Looks like it got stepped on by a giant or something. And that's all the rage with the kiddies these days, apparently. I have no idea why, but... right, so now... One more garage, and then we'll show off the biker club, and then... We'll get down to business. Forgive me if I make myself look like a noob in this. Again, it's not the easiest to drive. It's not the best handling vehicle. That's something you've really got to watch out for. Some cars are great, and some cars not so much. Price is no indicator, and the little four classification stat bars that they give both in the purchase screens and in the garage are absolutely irrelevant. Like, they're not even vaguely accurate, so just be advised of that. Just hit and miss. Either have the money to blow and not be worried about it, trying it out, or do your research and do your due diligence, go and look up videos about the car that you're considering buying, and have people talk about their experience with it and show it off in footage and kind of see how it reacts. My other high-end apartment, no, there's no good reason to own more than one high-end apartment. It's just kind of how I did it, so yeah. As I kind of explained before, This is actually my first high-end apartment to have the high-end apartment for the heists, which are worthless, so on that basis, no. But it's right across the street from my office, because I got the cheaper Maze Bank West office instead of the main Maze Bank one. So, it was just for convenience purposes, basically. And then the other one, as I said, I bought just to have more space, just because I could. This is one of my favorites. You gotta love the chick on the paint, and it's just so tricked out too. This is the fascination with Benny's vehicles. They'll cost you a mint, but as you can see, you got like, let me go to first person view for a minute. You got custom shifter knob, you got the little bobblehead on the thing, you completely trick out the interior with the door cards and the dash inlay and custom steering wheel, and it's even got the little bling bling on the back. Like when I drive down the road, that lights up blue neon, that east side. So that's the draw for having the Benny's vehicles. It's just the customization option. But like I said, they're still oftentimes kind of limited, and it's an expensive hobby just for look pretty. Especially if you play online in the regular mode, just to have some smartass come along and blow it up every chance they get. It's annoying. I'm not sure if we can see it without me actually taking it outside and popping it open, but yeah, see, it's too dark. The whole back wall of this van, it's nothing but speakers. Just a giant wall of speakers in the back, which is kind of neat. At any rate, yeah. So those are Benny's vehicles, and you get the idea. See, this is probably about the least aggravating one to try and drive. Oh, you can put hydraulics on most of them too, so there's that. But I mean, again, more for bragging rights and goofing off than anything else. Matter of fact, I'm trying to make this video take any longer than the last one at worst. So already 20 minutes in. I'm gonna cheat. Oh, well, not cheat, but I'm gonna get us something to get to our destination a little faster and more direct. No. What am I doing? Oh, and I still goofed it. Too many options, and this is bad. Why? Because while you're sitting on the side of the road trying to masturbate your way through every menu item and every dongle, some smartass is lining you up to kill you. It really needs a much better interface. What would be better, I have no idea, but just something less cluttered. Stop that. Have a little in-game background music track and get away with that, we should sure be able to. Can't see Rockstar making a big stink about it. It's basically free advertising for the game. In case anybody's wondering, this is the Sparrow helicopter. This is a add-on or upgrade item for the Kasaka personal submarine, which is now an option on the latest big update, the Kaio Carico heist. You have to have on the submarine to enable that. This is a nice little transport slash, I mean, I guess it's a good weaponized vehicle if you're careful with it. It takes some skill to fly because it's so wobbly in the air, as you see, and it's also, again, like with not all the aircraft in this game, it's made out of paper mache. It's not going to take a lot of money. So, be advised. I'll set this down. Like, literally, that thing will start smoking if you land it too hard. I'm not even exaggerating, but be advised. Alright, so we'll show off the motorcycles, and then we'll go to what I was talking about with making some money. There's some pretty heavily tricked out vehicles. That's the Tron bike there. It lights up all pretty blue neons and stuff. But at any rate, you get a fair amount of bike customization options, I guess. So they're really pointless unless you just have a hard-on for biker roleplay and you want to do that. If you do, again, I highly suggest you do it in your own session, because it's stupid easy for people to harass you when you're trying to ride around on a motorcycle. Plus, you need to get good at driving, because every time you doink anything on a motorbike, you go flying over the handlebars. There's that. And of course, there's the personal on-call bike mechanic to utilize for that. But there you go. That's a little more in-depth look, a little mop-up tour of the rest of my vehicles. As I said, I have tons of stuff, and I'm basically to the point where I don't excuse me, I really don't anymore. Like it's because the helicopter's bugged, because they did such a rush shot job on everything about Cayo. But that's another topic for another time. My favorite part, I wonder if it did it this time, let's have a look-see. My favorite part is when it spawns like the submarine directly underneath of my yacht. No, it actually put it out to the side this time, so, yeah. Needless to say, if it puts it right underneath of your yacht, that causes a problem, since the sub surfaces for you to enter close to. Unless, of course, you know, it's underneath your yacht. But yeah, that whole mission set and vehicle set and everything has changed, so and I wouldn't care, except that, yeah, they will likely never actually bother to go back and make a patch past fixing, you know. They just don't care. As long as you buy shark cards, they don't care. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you guys, you will probably have to grind a little bit towards doing this, what I'm going to show you, but basically, oh wow, really? I can't have the terabyte and the soft pad at the same time. Well, that's good to know, I guess. Pointless and stupid, but it's good to know. Yes, you can have the toys, you can spend millions of dollars if they want them, but you're not allowed to play with them. Anyway. Basically, if I'm not mistaken, you can only have like one of these out at a time. The special mission vehicles, whatever. And pretty much all of these, if I'm not mistaken, without exception, have some form of their own missions tied to them. Even the yacht now, they made a bunch of side missions for the yacht that are just trollish. Maybe I'll do those on cam at some point. That's something else in mind. If you're like I said, if you're a newer player, if you're a newer player, you basically have no choice but to either grind little peanuts forever, like chump change, by yourself, or join up with somebody who already has a bunch of the fancy gadgets and goodies and help them do stuff to make money that you can get to. What I'm going to show you, you can do that if you find someone you trust, or if you get in contact with me, like if I'm going to be playing, I don't mind to help out newer players as long as they're not obnoxious and trollish or screeching kids. Otherwise, you know, I'm just going to block you and go on about my way. But when you're getting along a little ways, and you got maybe your first million, you decide what you should invest in to make money, you can go for Cayo and the sub and all that. But maybe a better option, at least when you're newer, is to go for your terabyte. You're going to need a nightclub to have the terabyte, but you can buy a nightclub for like an even million if you get the crappy one down at the docks, like most people do. I have the one at the airport, and it's like 1.2. But regardless, it doesn't matter where it is. It just matters if you have a nightclub to store the terabyte in. The reason this is relevant is for the for the invite-only section. I'm going to show you stuff you can do by yourself. It helps to have this bad boy, but all in, total investment, you're probably looking between 5 and 6 mil to have the nightclub, terabyte, and the oppressor. So that's going to be some grinding for you. But once you do, you can easily sit and grind money. Those I'm going to show you. We're going to do the CEO. We can access the mission screen. You can go here with client jobs. We're going to start with, we'll do diamond shopping first. Yes, you're going to actually see me play the game a little bit.
Diamond shipment from
Probably bad.
Fine Jewelry. Our client wants these rocks, but she won't pay retail price. I think we can
go back to the cab of the truck and drive it over by the diamond.
Get over there and put some of our technology to use. I'll talk you through it. Everyone loves a hero, you know, but you don't have to do this alone. You found a crew to join up with. This won't be unnecessarily difficult.
Drones. I think you gotta buy drones. You have to have the drone center to access this mission and the other main missions like these. So there's that. Figure that out. But the funny part is, well, you may have to have it to have access to the mission the way the game's set up. Don't actually need it to do this mission. You need it for the other one. At least I do. So what you're supposed to do here is you're supposed to...
Looks like you're coming up on the...
You're supposed to get on one of the drones here in the back and sneak it into the jewelry place
and
zap the alarm
use the drone for some reconnaissance on the store and to disable the alarm.
We're not going to bother with all that. Very good stuff. So we're just going to take out...
I thought you knew what you were doing. Okay, backup plan. Grab the diamonds and get out of there before this whole thing goes to shit.
Take out the... Oh, he got me! That never happens. I haven't played for a minute. Alright. So, let's try that again. What if it's because I'm using my government to load spam? Why would I move myself up? Cops will rapidly show up.
Hot, but there's hot and there's hot. Don't lead any police to the drop off.
Get caught on and you literally get caught on everything. Right now,
looks like the competition can see you. I hope we can handle them.
Bye bye, Biggie. I probably don't need to do this because I'm one of those naturally just like elimination, but
Hey there. What can I help you with? Oh, hey. You're in trouble. Okay. I'll deal with it.
Right over here to drop it off. I believe this is 30 grand, although you have to watch, the Rockstar News or whatever. You have to check the game research. Week to week, they offer different boosts or bonuses. And once in a while, it's been a long time now since I've seen it, so I think it's that they'll give you double payouts, money and RP, whatever that stands for. Basically, experience points. So you get like 60k each, 30,500, and that was what, like 3 minutes total start to finish. Now, if I go right back to the terabyte, it'll have a half-hour global cooldown. Well, it'll have a half-hour cooldown on that mission and like a 5-minute global cooldown on all terabytes. So at this point, what you do is...
Diamond safe and secured, and the client has already wired us the money. We got there in the end.
Now we're going to do VIP work. Through me, because normally when you're a CEO, it's a CEO work. I guess they changed it. So a lot of these are grayed out, and that's because, see, there are no players in this session outside your organization. You've got to have theoretical enemies to do a lot of those. But what we're going to do is hostile takeover. We will go to LSIA. fantasy as you can. And this week actually is double payout on the VIP slash CEO. So this should be decent. Normally these run about 15 to 20,000 each. So it'll be like 30 to 40. So it'll be on par with the terabyte missions. Pretty much all of those are 30,000 each. At least the ones I do. But what you can do is, on all this, is you can sit here, excuse me, you can sit here, sorry about that, you can run these back and forth. Pretty much non-stop, no delay. Find up money fairly quickly. I mean, if you're really on it, and nothing screws up, or whatever, you know, no big, difficulties, at least with this bad boy here, this rocket bike or something similar that you can get in and out with, aircraft-wise, it moves pretty quick. You can do these, and you can probably make about half of them now. I would say easy. Method of exit, but yeah, it's big. I think you get hit by lightning. I don't think it's ever happened before. I'm not positive, but I don't think it's all those things.
Hello? What can I do for you?
Unavailable.
I'm afraid not.
I'm afraid not.
Call back when your brain has started working.
Hey, you're the jackass refusing to do what you're supposed to do that you do. Whatever, man. The good news is, I can actually deliver this one. A lot of them you gotta lose the top first, but this one it doesn't care. Let the cops get on you and wreck you. Again, this is going to take what? Altogether, start to finish, about 3 to 4 minutes. That. 31,000 payouts. It would have been like, what, 15.5 without it. And now by the time I get back over here to where we left the terabyte part, the cooldown should be over on it for us to run the next mission. So pretty much seamless, non-stop, no cooldown. If you're a middle range player, I don't know, rank 50 to 60 probably by the time you get all this set up. At least I was. Then, what am I now? 290. I know I'm not flexing, I literally did not remember. Once you get past, I think it's like 120 or 150, it does nothing extra for you. It doesn't unlock anything else or whatever. So you just kind of quit paying attention. At least I do. Alright, now we're going to find jobs. And we're going to do targeted data. This is the one where you actually do
Our
utilize
client
the
needs
drone.
someone to take it out. I know, but the money is good and
Part of the reason I choose this one
We're
besides
Flower
ease
Rangers
of
after all.
is
To find
because
this
it's
guy, we're
literally
going to have
like
to access Life Invader's vast quantities of personal data. Well, the drone will. So
the
get
way
over to
this
their
on the
offices
third
and
one
we'll
we do
talk.
in the terabyte, you don't want the terabyte loss. You can literally just sit here and drive the truck
When you
back
get
and
there,
forth 2
stop
blocks
outside
at a
the building
time
and
without
send in the
having to
drone.
worry about
Security's been upgraded
navigating
since the Jane Norris
the city
incident,
with
so
it.
that's probably the only way to get past the cameras. When you
Just
get the
for-
drone to the
just
server,
make it
run a
fast.
hack remotely and get us the...
That's pretty much the only reason. There are other ones you could try to do, but they're kind of trollish and a pain in the neck. Also, I think at least 1 or 2 of the options here, like with the VIP missions, require you to have a friend in some capacity or another. We'll take the drone out here. Used to could fly this thing.
Okay,
Pretty good.
both the laptops to access their servers will be upstairs. Send the drone up there, avoiding any guards. Life Invader employees are idiots, but they'll still think something's up if they see a drone flying around.
No, they pretty much ignore you unless you get right in their face. Like, it's not even that complicated. Come on, here we go. Hack the laptop. 2221, that ought to be easy to find. He said while jinxing himself. There it is.
One laptop down, one to go. We should have access to all that personal data as soon as it's done.
Which everybody remember if they played story mode, because if I'm not mistaken, this is where Michael comes to bomb the phone. Take out Jay Norris. The incident in question that she referenced. Oh, I see it right there.
I've got full access to their servers now, and I set the target's location to
Now
your
I have a
GPS.
location of a target,
There's nothing
but I
about
have
this
to go
guy I don't
kill,
know.
and you know,
He's
we
got
have
a contract out for people to
bodyguards,
protect him. So
But
don't be
again,
surprised
if
if
you
you
have
run
the
into any
flying
mercenaries looking for their own
Death Knight,
payday.
you have the Oppressor Mark II, then it's not a difficult thing at all. I swear, it's like early in the morning for me, guys. I'm not Rain just seemed to be flying at half mast this morning. In my defense, I'm not a morning person, especially like illustrating, explaining things all the time as they I plugged the first car collection video on social media on my Facebook. Trying to find this giant Third time's the charm. Gotta hit the right guy. And that's that. And now, of course, again, we have global cooldown on terabyte missions. So we'll go and do a VIP mission. And this time, the other one I suggested here. Oh, look. Oh, those bastards. They even put a cooldown on this. It's a brief one, but... Oh, you just did a terabyte mission, so you can't start a VIP mission yet. Gotta wait 30 seconds. Which they do this so if you were in a populated server, another crew could jump in and get a turn. But if they wanted to turn that bad, they're just going to come ruin your mission for you. And that's why we're doing this mode. Alright. Don't do asset recovery because it's a troll. New sites here. Unfortunately, this is probably the one that takes the most time, but, you know, it's something to cycle to cycle. No time. 22, 53, I see it. Better catch it. There we go. Now it's going to show me where there's a package. I'm hoping it spawned all the way across the map. Yes, it spawned it clean across the fucking map. That's so not right. It feels like that. Way it goes sometimes. Way up in the air, try to. Way up above the map. except it only gives you 15 minutes to find 3 packages. Eating up almost 5 minutes of time just to fly across the map. It's kind of cheap. It's kind of cheap. Kind of trollish. Again, this is Rockstar we're talking about, so at least 50% of what they do is downright trollish. Again, I suppose when you have, like, Grand Theft Auto is your primary property, it's the mindset you have, right? It started being, okay, Nico gets trolled, over and over. I just wanted to get it done. I just wanted to be finished. I can't think how to say in accurate terms that I just really did not enjoy any real part of that game at all. And I didn't, to be fair, maybe some of the side stuff was good from what I've heard on the internet. That's not the case, but saying maybe, the reason I say maybe is because I didn't do really any of it besides this absolute part of it. Yeah, like I said, the game just felt tedious and rewarding, so I was just rushing to get to it. Alright, now I got the first package, now we have to do another hack to tell us what the next one is. Oh, come on. Fine, wait for it to roll around. I bet it's because I'm streaming it to my yeah, I'm streaming to my computer so that I can capture. So I want to do it right when I first when I'm seeing it being the moment isn't the moment. Or it's making it all the last one's downtown and not back up there in the video. Side of the hill and going nowhere. Yeah, this is half the part. Still making good time. Out of 15 minutes total, we've got 2/3 of the time. You would have to be trying really hard to fail this. And you can't tell from this that the mini game objective is to get the slot, or hit it with the slot. And yeah, it's gonna take Nico too. All the way to the outside. This is the stuff that'll kill your run. If you're gonna speed grind money. Because that's the point here, is time to money ratio. A lot of people argue like, oh, this heist pays more money and that heist pays more money and it only takes 10 minutes. The finale takes 10 minutes. The preps and setups to get to the finale each time takes an hour to an hour and a half. So, the best way to especially because most, if not all, of the heists require 2 to 4 people. So whatever that total big money payout is from the finale, you're splitting it 2 to 4 ways. You're only getting a portion. And if you're doing for some random other person, they constantly try to get people to sign up and help for minimum cut, which is 15%. Which I don't agree with. If you're with me in the mission and we get through the mission, then I give you an equal cut. So if it's 2 guys, then it's 50-50. If it's 4, then it's 25%. There are those who can make the argument that, you know, I have a time remaining. That should not be there, if I know of. What has time remaining on it? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a strange glitch. I don't know what that timer is for, because we're on mission 0. There's no mission 1. Anyway, as you can see, looking at my timer, we've been running for about 20-25 minutes. Mainly because of that last mission went so south, but still I've made 140,000. Which isn't bad, it's not great, but it's, you know, it adds up. Some people make the argument with the heists. You know, the host has to pay the setup cost, which is only like, you know, 10 grand. It's nothing really in the grand scheme of things. They'll make the argument that the host should get a slightly bigger, should get a bigger cut. I agree, slightly bigger. I don't agree twice as much necessarily. And me personally, I'm just like I said, I do it even Stevens. I'm not smiling at it. If you're going to be uptight and cutthroat about, you know, 50 grand or less, you probably shouldn't play Grand Theft Auto. Because there are things people are going to do in this game that are going to cost you that or close to it all the time, whether it be, you know, ruining a vehicle cargo mission or, you know, something of that ilk. Can't get that out. It's a game. You can't get that uptight about it. It's not healthy. Alright, the very last one in the terabyte that I normally run in a cycle. I don't know if you can see, the one we just did last time still has 20 minutes to go, and still 10 minutes on this one. By the time we finish this one and do another VIP, this will be reset, so we can restart the process. We can loop the cycle.
You know what's easier than robbing a bank? Robbing bank robbers. And as luck would have it, there's a 211 on the police scanner, so we're in business. Use the app at the nerve center to access the traffic camera network.
Because reasons. So you gotta sit here and cycle through all the cameras until you find which bank they're actively robbing. There's actually, I think, 3 banks out of like 6 or 7 locations it cycles through that they ever rob for whatever reason. I guess because those are the only ones that Rockstar bothered to code as being viable locations. But you don't really have any control over the, you know, which banks you peek at. You just have to cycle through until you find it. It's kind of lazy design, but I mean, quite some time ago, I'm pretty sure they could trade their penchant for being about quantity of content over quality. They're more worried about tightly regulating the payouts on everything to try and push you to still buy shark cards. Which is fine, I know it's a business.
That's it. Looks like some cops have responded.
Like they could do so much more if they cared to. They don't have to.
Okay, these guys look like professionals. Military grade weapons.
They can put out half poop quality poop tier content, and kids will beat fucking
Then
goblins
again,
up
they don't have me.
and
Try and take them
nagging
down
mommy and
before
daddy
more
to
cops
spend
show up,
plastic money
or
on
you'll be
them.
fine.
So. And the reason I pointed out, you know, I know I complain about this game a lot for someone who played so much, but I have no brand loyalty. There's no fanboy of something for that. I recognize very clearly I see this. And I pointed out in hopes that others see it too, because you vote with your dollar. And I think the reason all the most of the companies do this now is because they can. Because you'll keep buying. You'll keep putting up with it. See, I grew up in a golden age of gaming where they didn't dare put out shit that was buggy and glitched out. They sat there and refined the product to be a quote finished product before it hit the shelves. They didn't rush it out the door and cut the development cycle in half in a hurry to get paid because they knew that they'd eat shit on it and their company would go belly up because nobody would buy it. And once they did buy it and saw it was utter crap and word got out, people would be returning it en masse. That's essentially what killed Atari, was that ET was such crap. And they were so sure that just the popularity of the movie would push the game that they made more copies of the game than there were sold copies of the console in the country. That's how arrogant and greedy they were. They blew up in the face. And yet, none of the industries nowadays that are in the video game, the video game companies remember that.
Okay, so that is mini guns. Take that one and try not to get shot into chunks.
Got like No Man's Sky. They started off, it wasn't really their fault. They had a guy running his mouth making a bunch of promises that they couldn't deliver on. Watch out for the guy with the ballistic suit minigun. Making a bunch of promises that they couldn't deliver on and pissed off all the fans. They got word reviews. And so they knuckled under and got back into the studio and busted their butt to make good. Update after update. There's still updates, making major updates every 3 months. Added to the game. Free of charge, not paid DLC. They just add content to the game that everybody bought. Because they figure, we've already made a bunch of money. We're already successful. So let's give to the fans. Let's reward the fans, the paying customers that got us where we are today. And at least they fucking put on them for that. Yeah, unfortunately, market and the way that the buying public has been groomed, not just in the gaming industry, but in everything nowadays. It's the exception. Rare exception is
I'm guessing you don't want a back rub. How can I help? Okay, so you're in serious trouble, and you need my help. Okay.
$60 a copy anyways. Or even worse, in the case of Fallout 76, they'll pre-order it for $120 a pop, sight unseen. That's just ignorance right there. Everybody who did that got what they deserved. And it, again, has been, it's the opposite of that. It's been updated at no additional charge. But they still haven't fixed the core problems. They're going Rockstar and more concerned with adding quantity of content rather than fixing quality, so the game is still crap 3 years out. The only way it'll ever get better is if people will stop. Sorry for the rant, I'm just saying. It's saddening because, like I said, I'm an old head.
We didn't steal it, we didn't sell it, but we still got paid for that big job.
Way back
That,
there,
my friends, is a clean score.
That's a whole different ballgame. Doom's one of the most popular, is the original, like, granddaddy of the shooters. You know what made Doom so good? It wasn't the quality of the graphics. It wasn't even the quality of the gameplay. It was a fairly unique concept in those days. It was one of the very first of the first-person shooters, at least good ones. And the thing that made it blow up was the way they marketed it. They didn't charge for it. They just put it out there. It was two guys who did most of the work on that. And they just put it out there with something called shareware, which was, hey, here's the first few levels of our game or whatever. Feel free to copy it. Feel free to give it to your buddies. Feel free to play it together. If you like what we do, send us like $10 and we'll give you the rest of the levels for the game. And it blew up that way, and I think that's a good way to do it, you know. Put your money where your mouth is. You think you deserve to be compensated for pulling something out of your ass and making something out of thin air? Yeah, well, put up or shut up. We used to have something back in the day called a demo. You could actually, I mean, it still exists once in a blue moon here and there, but it's oh, what am I doing? I need to do another VIP mission. It's few and far between nowadays where, yeah, again, they would release demo discs in like PC magazines and gaming magazines and stuff. Where you pop it in your console, you pop it in your computer, in your CD-ROM drive, back we had such things. Yes, I know they still exist, just most people don't have them or bother to use them, because the medium is moving beyond that. At any rate, you pop it in there, and yeah, it'd either be like the first level of whatever game, or if it wasn't a game that's centered around level design, then it would be, you know, you can play, like for instance, Minecraft, you would have, you know, the demo version of Minecraft, which you could play like the first day. You could play for like 10 minutes, and then it would splash up a screen over top of the game and say, hey, you like it? Here's the link, go buy a copy. But they would let you try before you buy. Think of it as a test drive on an automobile. They really strongly endorse that. I wish it was still as prevalent as it once was. I wish it was an industry standard, but they don't want that. They don't want you to see how crappy it is, because then you might go and buy somebody else's product. You know it's bad. You know, go ahead and leave comments for anybody who wants to be ignorant and try to argue this irrefutable point. But you know it's bad in the gaming industry when there are indie developers, homebrew, oftentimes one guy or one person, I'll say, working on the majority, if not the entirety of the game, from pre-bought or fan-donated or friend-created assets. And there are indie games out there that, at least as far as polish and love and quality of end product, show up $60 a pop AAA, so-called AAA top-of-the-line titles from established mainline gaming studios with 3,200 employees that have existed and been in the biz for a decade. You know, like, legit. Anyway, I don't know what caused me to cram that in there. I think my brain's being cranked in with some coffee. So we can do hostile takeover again already, because for whatever reason the cooldown time is less than this. And it's not like I've been the most efficient I could have been either, but regardless. We'll run one more of these, but you get the idea. I think, I trust, I hope, and what I was trying to show you guys, what I was trying to lay out here, you can do this solo. You don't have to worry about somebody just using you for slave labor to deliver their business goods for a pittance. You don't got to worry about some jackass coming and blowing you up every 2 minutes just because they can and they're bored. They don't know they're going to wind up in bad sport lobby if they matter too much. You know, because they haven't actually played the game and have no understanding how it really works. Mommy and Daddy just bought them a shark card, so they went and got them an oppressor and think they're hot shit. But in any event, this is an alternative. You just gotta start up the story mode and manually jump it and try to move section. Like I said, your buddies can come in and play, and even if you have enough buddies for somebody to make a rival crew, and that unlocks all of your client missions, and you guys can just, you know, take turns. If you really want to compete with each other, you do that. Otherwise, you can just take turns and both people can or like terabyte. If it's double terabyte, you have to post per terabyte. Then you just need 2 copies. price of a terabyte. Say, so like with me, I would open my terabyte, I would set my terabyte on the CEO. I'd add all the homies to the CEO. They don't even gotta help, obviously, because I can get a mission along the console. But then, once the mission's complete, everybody gets paid, and I disband, and I can put my terabyte away. When somebody else who has it starts up their CEO, registers their CEO, summons their terabyte, sends everybody invites, and y'all jump into their CEO, run the mission again, everybody gets paid, and then you swap back out. You don't even have a test. It's like mixing into EIP missions to meet cooldown or whatever in that event, because like that's the cooldown auto resets once you left the CEO and join another. You just like leave it and jump right back into it. I don't think, but it will jump to another. You can also do biker missions where CEO it's actual people but biker missions you get like 8 and the more people you have, it multiplies the payout for each participant. So that's kind of so there's military training. That's 200,000 in less than an hour, and a lot of time I was goofing off running my mouth. Like I said, if you get on top of it, you can get close to cracking half a mil if you're just on it, and that's all you do for all of it. Oh look, I survived the bounty placed on me, so I get an extra 9 grand. Thanks, random person that I trolled that got salty. And I think I'm going to go ahead and deposit my money just to be on the safe side. Don't forget. But I think I'm going to wrap this up because that puts just over an hour in. I apologize for the big rant at the end, but it's something that I think about a lot. It weighs heavy on my mind. It ruins an otherwise wonderful hobby. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope some of the tips that I shared you find useful, helps you out. You know, because sometimes I know a lot of people I see posting on Reddit, they're like, man, I just want to relax after work and grind and not have to worry about defending myself or constantly in paranoia checking my map or, you know, see if somebody's coming after me. So that's a way you can get around it with most things. Like I said, with business stuff, you can't really do that this way, but there is another way. You can net type the server, but I may do a tutorial video on it at some point, or I may just say, you know, for now I'll say just gonna have to do your own research, so to speak. I think we're gonna change up our gear real quick. I have more ideas for more stuff to come up soon. I'll probably start trying to mix in some other games, some other playthroughs, or not playthroughs, but you know, let's plays and reviews and stuff, because I try not to, why is it not letting me, oh, racing outfit, I want racing outfit, I want outfit, that's why, but, yeah, I'll mix in some stuff. I try and stick with one game too many times, to keep it fresh and varied, but I hope that everybody enjoyed this. Take care of yourselves out there. Love each other. And we'll see you next time.